Hello, everybody watching on YouTube. My name is Andrea Maharg. I'm the head cannabis science educator over at the Cannabis Coaching Institute. And what you're going to see are some clips from one of our recent grad calls. We get together every month at the Cannabis Coaching Institute with our graduates to celebrate all the wonderful things that they're doing out there in the world. And we wanted to share their energy and their enthusiasm and their passion and their knowledge and their love with you. If this lights you up, if you want to become a cannabis coach or an educator, please head to cannabiscoachinginstitute.com and check out our amazing certification programs so that you can come join us and be on one of these grad calls. All right, let's dive in. Hey, everybody. I'm so excited for today. I don't know why, but I've been excited for this grad call for a couple of weeks. I was like, I can't wait to hang out with the people. This is our grad call where we get together once a month and celebrate all the badass awesomeness that's happening in our world. And it's super energizing to be around other people who are obviously your tribe and you don't have to explain yourself to, but it's also everybody gets into a slump at times. And then you come to these calls and you're like, holy shit, you're awesome, you're awesome, you're awesome, you're awesome. And you suck up some of that energy. So tell us what you're celebrating, not little lady, lovely lady.
Well, thank you so much. Hi, guys. Diane, it's so good to see you. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see some faces I haven't seen in a while. I am so good. I am beside myself with joy and pride. Those of you that were at the WeCan launch meeting last week, it was some next level stuff. Me and several beautiful faces on this call and this community. Thanks to Jennifer and her incredible wife, are launching some beautiful new websites. The directory is this is bigger than the big dream that I put out there. So it's just, Andrea, I know I say it all the time, but thank you. I love you. Thank you for my purposeful work. Thank you for my incredible tribe. I am such a grateful girl. So yeah, some big shit going on over at WeCan, that's for sure. If you grads have not checked us out, please, I'm not begging / I'm begging. What are you waiting for? Come and check this out. I can't wait to see you guys.
Michelle, tell us why you're celebrating.
I had a homemade health, my class for DIYers. We had our final class of the winter 2023 session. We're having, I don't want to promo, but if you want to join, we're starting again on May 12th. And it's a new, exciting, low price because I wanted it to be something that every freaking person can do. Create a community for people, for them to express themselves and become the new them, and then make friends. And it just keeps going and going. It's not what I thought at all. Oh, and Rep Your State of Mind is doing fucking great. You can go shop it right now. I just ran a little cute Instagram reel about me and my mom and how she supports. Oh, look at this, Rep Your State of Mind. There it is, all over the screen. My cannabis apparel brand.
So cute.
Right? I got that job blogging. I got that job blogging for the Dispo in Canada. So I'm super stoked about that. Happy to.
Hi, Marissa. Do you want to share while we have you? Hi. Welcome.
Sure. Again, I finally took the leap and left my medical administration job. About 4 or 5 years during the COVID years in medical has done it for me. So I'm actually just going full into the whole cannabis coaching thing.
I have to say that the sales of my salvation are improving daily. They were doing so well that I got a certificate of analysis for my product. Right? Yeah. As some of you know, I went to the Cannabis Cup and there were fire dancers there. And so one of the fire dancers came back into the farm and it gave me the opportunity to take my salvation over to him. But first, I was such a smooth operator, such a good sales lady. Oh, hello, my name is Tricia. And he says, oh, hello, my name is Devin. And I said, I saw you at the Cannabis Cup doing your fire dance with all of your wonderful friends. And I was so impressed, thanked me. And I said, I know that my salvation is helpful to burn victims. And as I'm saying this, I'm saying, would you like to try a sample? And he's putting it on his hands. And I'm saying, I have really good success with burn victims. And I would think that as a fire dancer, on occasion, you may get burned. And he goes, yeah. So he's trying it on. And he said, well, oh, how much is it? And I said, it's $40. And he says, okay, yeah, I'll buy one. And as we're walking back to go get one, he says, oh, I'm in a troop of 40 fire dancers. We practice in Waikiki twice a week. I'll share it with my friends. Yay! And so talking to all of these people has given me the opportunity at Care Waialua to think, I took this ultimate cannabis toolkit, and I think I got about 6 or 7 classes I could give. So I talked to the owner of Care Waialua, and we have agreed that I'm going to have a cannabis education series the first Saturday of every month, beginning Saturday, July 1st, my 67th birthday, going through December 2nd, 6 classes from 5 to 6. So now I have all of this stuff that I need to do, and it's really fucking exciting because I don't really know how to do it all, but I can plan and I can make it all happen because I have a network of people right here in front of me that if I have any questions or I'm having any issues, I know where to turn. So thank you all for being here. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I am just so happy. I'm so blessed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh.
Yeah, what an incredible experience. And 420 was like no 420 I've ever experienced before. We presented We Can and Michelle's site and our 4 that were at a moment to reveal theirs. It was really such an amazing experience. And as Cannabis Coach JB, I am so proud of my fellow peeps and God, it's too much. It's just too much. It's just too much. And then to have it be work of my wife's that she is calling some of the best work she's ever done it was the day was just fireworks, right? I mean, anybody that was a part of any of it, it was just fireworks all day. So what a celebration. I support all of you as much as I possibly can, and you still build me up, and you still are making Cannabis Coach JB who she is, and I thank you for that. So blessed to all you. I really love you all, so thank you.
Here comes the biggest celebration you're going to hear in a while, folks.
Yeah, if anybody has not already heard, but on 420, I got my oncologist to finally admit that there's no more cancer in this body. So let's cheers to that. And yes, and I absolutely, attribute this healing to the power of this plant and my belief in it and my belief in myself that I could totally do this. So very happy to share that news with you all. And I was a little bit late today to this call because I was actually driving back from a meeting that I was at in Teeswater, Ontario, which was an 1.5-hour drive from me. But I met with this couple who just built this beautiful Airbnb out of this old grist mill. It's gorgeous. It's about 10 rooms and they have a little kitchen and all of that. I met with a chef and with a LP, a small independent LP who's right down the street from them, and we're talking about cannabis tours and infused meals and all of that, like a weekend package where they get to do a little cooking lesson, get to have a tour of an LP, which is not, I don't know if that's happening anywhere because there's not a lot of LPs who would be willing to let people come through their property or spaces. And then a chef who's going to do an infused meal on the Saturday, and they want me to do all the education. Yeah, so we're really excited. I think this is really groundbreaking, and yeah, really excited.
I also just got back from a cannabis convention, which was the BC Craft Summit here in British Columbia. I have a class this weekend, a full class at my college, my local college. So on Saturday, it'll be a CBD oil making class, completely full. I am thrilled.
It's been crazy since I started this journey. I had to write myself notes so I'd remember to say everything. Tiffany and I have gotten really tight, and we're going to be at Cannabash in July here in Michigan, which is a celebration of cannabis being legal. And it's the first music festival that's choosing to use cannabis instead of alcohol. And last year was their first year doing it, and they had over 15,000 people. They're expecting closer to 20,000. Ludacris is the headliner and several other acts as well. So it's a one-day event. So we will be there, and then Weekend's going to have a booth there as well. So we're excited for that. We're also planning a gathering of the Glindas to get us all together in the wild in October. It'll be October 6th, 7th, and 8th, so that we can all hug each other in person. And surprisingly enough, like a lot of the places in town who originally were against cannabis coming to town are actually purchasing cannabis things to have in stock when everybody's here, so that you will all find something for in the shop. So that was a huge win too. So anyway, I just want to say I love you all. Thank you for inspiring me.
Well, some of you know, I'm part owner now of a store called The Farm Stand, PHARM, Stand Against Big Farmers. So we're a CBD store. But what I love is we're based on educating. We're with, I live in a community of 150,000 people. And of course, it's most of us older people because it's a 55 and older. And so I'm hoping and working to educate as many people, doctors. We are currently working with the medical system in the villages and looking at other facilities. We have been invited to participate with the University of Florida's pharmacology department.
Oh, wow.
And we are hoping to do a study with them, with, of course, cannabis. And the other thing I'm doing as director of their education, we're melding together whole food, plant-based with cannabis. It's both a medicine. So I am teaching. I go live starting next week, I think, but I am teaching whole food, plant-based. And while I'm teaching, I'm integrating the cannabis, the plant medicine with the plant diet. And so it's really exciting. We're just getting started, and talk about leaping and not taking baby steps. I mean, geez, my husband thinks I'm crazy at 70 years old to be doing all this craziness. But I'm having fun. We have a purpose. We need to get this word out around the world, and damn it, I'm going to do it until I drop. So thank you so much, CCI and Andrea, for getting this going, because I think it's phenomenal. And at least I have access to 150,000 people right where I live.
Hi. I always have things I want to say. I'm going to be organized. I'm going to be quick. And then y'all do these amazing things, and I just want to talk about those. So before I talk about any of my stuff, I'm listening to everybody about their 420 things that they did. And I started thinking of all the amazing people we have here and the ones who aren't here today. I had mentioned that I was meeting with our director of the State Department of Commerce and also the director for our State Department of Agriculture, because along with the Department of Health and Welfare, they will be our three major state agencies that would work alongside any kind of cannabis regulatory commission that we ever come up with in Idaho. Anyway, I met with the two of them. I didn't get anywhere, is what I thought when I walked out. But I thought I wasn't upset about it. I realized it's that seed, right? And it was still open to have more conversations. And so I will continue to do that, send them information, invite them to things, or they can send someone from the department. I was able to stop by a little CBD dispensary here in town that was having a 420 event, and I got to hang out with Danielle again, Danielle Simone Brand, and we got to visit. I know, so so that was good to see her and catch up. But other than that, my main fun thing around cannabis is that for my 65th birthday, which was April 1st, I forced my husband to take me to Palm Springs for the week. It was lovely. While there, I went on a cannabis tour of cultivation and production facilities in Desert Hot Springs and around Palm Springs there. My poor husband was like, he was very frustrated. The woman who owned and directed the bus tour, pretty much, she's very wealthy. She decided, I'm going to jump onto this thing as a hobby. She had a beautiful Mercedes Sprinter van that took us around. The other people on the van were 4 lovely young people from Singapore that came in from for Coachella. So it was a fun little group. But he's like, every time she would invite you to put some input in, because she found out what they do and what their connection is to cannabis. He's like, every time she'd say, Diane, put your two, what do you think about this? He goes, and you would start to talk, you get 3 words in and she'd cut you off. He's like, she was so fucking intimidated by you because she doesn't know he was dropping F-bombs anywhere. I said, well, honey, she doesn't know it because she just bought a bus and she takes people around and she kind of listens a little bit to the growers and the production guys, but she doesn't know. But I came out of that learning a little bit, but God, patting myself on the back and, singing CCI praises because I knew so much shit. I could carry on conversations with these growers. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun, just plugging away here in Idaho. So, and also I'm working on the model medical cannabis program for the state of Idaho. It's a lot of, heavy reading and having to look up things and understand things, but that's okay. Another learning experience. So that's where I'm at. And once again, appreciation to everyone because I don't have the support in the community. You guys are my community and tribe.
Kate, you've been voted to celebrate.
So I had a really, really great workshop on 419 with the idea of get everybody 420 ready. So a workshop called How to Love Cannabis and Have It Love You Back. And, my intention was for people to leave empowered and excited to use cannabis their way. So we talked about, just the basics, that it's a plant, what's THC, what's CBD. Then we moved on to which product is right for me? How do I choose? How do I go through that process? What dose do I take? And then we went into the real detail of terpenes, cannabinoids, really trying to hone in on the perfect product. And then had questions, and it went really, really well. It was hosted by the women who run the Woo New podcast, that I was on, and I love these women. They're amazing. Trip with Ellen and Involution Healing, and it was just awesome. They've been so generous with me, with letting me use their platform, and I'm kind of now their cannabis, educator in their pocket. You know what I mean? And Ellen works with some big names also in the psychedelic space and whatever. So it's just one of those things where it's a really wonderful relationship, just generally, genuinely and authentically. And that's what's kind of leading to these ripple effects of opportunities. So that was super, super fun. And then I actually took off 420 this year, which never in my life have I been able to do because it's just too fucking obvious. So first year self-employed, I got to take off 420, truly take the day off. Had a wake and bake with the Pink Sesh ladies, had a wake and bake with Weekend ladies, which was an incredible meeting, like we talked about. And it's been so inspiring. This meeting has been awesome. Every single time I agree, I'm just oh my gosh, you guys, everybody's doing something in their lane and who they are, but doing their thing and kind of taking that consistent action. So I'm proud of everyone.
It's so dynamic what we can do with our passions and our education and our hard work and our effort and our sweat and our tears and our blood and our giggles and everything that it takes to be a cannabis entrepreneur in this space. But this community, this support, this energy, this again, I think this space that is here is so Beautiful. And I thank you so much to everybody for coming and showing up and sharing with us month after month. I can't wait to see you next month.